When I was a kid, my father used to take me to Piazza Navona at Christmas, Rome, in December. The market stalls, the lights, the cold, and at some point I would always lose a balloon. You know that feeling. The string slips and you watch it go. You can see it perfectly, the color, the shape, the way it catches the light as it rises. The distance grows at exactly the speed that makes it most cruel. Slowly enough to watch, fast enough to know it's already over. I would cry every time. My father would tell me not to. He said that at night, a helicopter goes up into the sky and collects all the lost balloons to sell them back the next day. I believed him for longer than I should have. He kept repeating it every time it happened, and I kept thinking about it every time I saw a balloon go up. Even when I was old enough to know better, there was something about it I didn't want to let go of. There are galaxies doing exactly that right now, inside our bubble, visible in our telescopes. We can see them, we can measure them, we know exactly where they are, and they are moving away from us faster than we could ever follow. Not because they are moving through space, because space itself is expanding between us and them. And beyond a certain distance, that expansion is faster than light. We will never reach them, not at light speed, not with infinite time, never. But there is no helicopter. Last week, I opened a dataset from the ESA Planck satellite, wrote 40 lines of Python and measured the wall. This is what the data showed me. Stand on a beach and look out at the ocean. At some point, you hit the horizon, maybe 5 kilometers out. The water doesn't end there. The world doesn't end there. You just can't see any further because of the curve of the Earth. The horizon isn't a wall, it's a geometry problem. The observable universe works the same way. Since the Big Bang, there is a distance behind which light hasn't had time to reach us. Not because there's nothing there, because the light is still traveling. But here is where it gets strange. The radius of our bubble is not 13.8 billion light years. It's 45 billion, because while the light was traveling toward us, SAFE itself was expanding. So the source moved while the message was in transit. That's the bubble. But before I show you the number, I need to explain where it comes from. And I'll be honest with you, when I first heard about this, I thought scientists were going too far. The universe was once so hot, so dense, that light couldn't travel through it. Imagine a fog so thick, you can't see your hand in front of your face. That was the entire universe. For the first 380,000 years, everything was a fog. Then it cooled. Atoms formed and the fog lifted. For the first time, light could travel. And it did. In every direction, all at once, across everything. That light is still traveling today. 13.8 billion years later, getting cooler, getting stretched, arriving at our telescopes as a faint glow from every direction in the sky. That's not a metaphor, that's what we downloaded. This is it. The entire sky in one image. Every point of light here is that ancient glow. The fog lifting 13.8 billion years ago, the moment the universe became transparent for the first time. The colors are temperature variation, tiny ones, 1/10,000th of a degree, but those tiny ripples are the seeds of every galaxy that exists today, including ours. This is the wall of the bubble. This is as far as we can ever see. 45.4 billion light years. That's the number in every direction, calculated from the Planck data, the expansion rate, the matter density, the dark energy fraction, all measured, all public. Observable universe, everything we can see, 45.4 billion light years. Reachable universe, everything we could ever physically get to at light speed forever, 16.7 billion light years. The difference, 28.8 billion light years. Inside our own bubble, visible right now, already gone. Almost 2/3 of everything we can see, we can never touch. The balloon has been in the sky since before we were born. This is how the reachable universe changed over time. We are here, 16.7 million light years today, and the line drops. By 40 billion years from now, less than 2 billion light years are reachable. By 60 billion, essentially nothing. Just our local group of galaxies, locked together by gravity, surrounded by emptiness in every direction. Think about what that sky looks like. Not just empty of stars, empty of everything. No distant galaxies, no cosmic web, no ancient light from the fog lifting, no signal, no radiation, nothing to measure, nothing to learn from. A civilization born into that sky, intelligent, curious, with telescopes far better than ours, would look up and see nothing. They would conclude the universe is just this. Just them, just the local group, alone in an infinite void. And they would be completely wrong. And they would have absolutely no way of ever knowing it. Not because they are not smart enough, because it rained before they arrived. Imagine a detective arriving at a crime scene. We arrived early. The evidence is still here. The CMB, the cosmic web, the distant galaxies, the expansion of space. We can read the scene. We can reconstruct what happened 13.8 billion years ago. Now, imagine the next detective arriving 100 billion years from now. The CMB, gone. The distant galaxies, gone. The cosmic web, gone. Just an empty room. No way of knowing something happened here at all. They will build their entire understanding of reality around an empty sky. They will think they have the complete picture, and they will be wrong, and they will never know it. Here is the things I cannot stop thinking about. We don't know how many detectives came before us. We don't know what was already gone when we arrived. What light, what signal, what information crossed our horizon before we had telescopes, before we had eyes, before we thought to ask. Maybe there was something that would have changed everything. An answer to a question we are still asking, that was traveling toward us for billions of years and crossed the horizon before we looked up. We will never know. That civilization, born into the empty sky, they won't know either. They won't even know what they are missing.